Let us begin with the sixth question of third Roman in exercise 5.3. Here they have given a value, d value and sn value. You need to find n and an, right? So to find n, what is the exact formula we can use with these known values? Can you check out your side column of four formulas? So can you see the big formula of Sn, no? So you have A, D, Sn. You can substitute A value, D value, Sn value in this formula. So the only unknown is N here. So you get the N value by using using this formula, right? So I'm just substituting Sn as 90, N by 2, 2 into A as 2 and N minus 1 into D as 8. Okay. So just multiply it inside 2 to the 4 and 8 into n minus 1. I'm multiplying 8 inside. So all these three terms have two multiples, right? So I'm taking 2 common out. So 2 plus 4n minus 4. So again I can cancel the 2 here. 2 minus 4 is minus 2. So I'm ending up with the quadratic equation. If I multiply this n inside, 4n square minus 2n and 90 I'm taking it this side. So 4n square minus 2n minus 90 is equal to 0. So this is a quadratic equation. You can also reduce this equation by dividing it by 2, since every term is multiple of 2. 2n square minus n minus 45. So use the quadratic equation splitting the middle term method. Okay, so factorize the equation by using splitting the middle term method. So I'm just taking 45 twos are 90. So I'm splitting it as 10 nines are. So that if I add, I'm ending it up with minus n. So minus 10n plus 9n will give me minus n. Okay. So once you do this, I'm ending up with n minus 5 to n plus 9. So I have the value of n as 5 and also n as minus 9 by 2. So negative value and fractional value is not possible for n, right? So I'm taking the n value as 5. After finding n, I need to find what? An. So to find an, we have the exact formula an, right? An equal to a plus n minus 1 into d, right? So you have to use that formula and substitute the known values to get the an. A5 is equal to a is 2 and n is 5. D is 8. Just substitute it. I'm getting A5 value as 34. Okay. So the next problem, given A is 8 and An is 62, Sn is 210. You need to find N and D. So since you know A and Sn, no, so you can take the shorter formula to get you will get the N value easily. You can substitute instead of Sn 210 and N by 2 you keep it as it is. A is 8 and An is 62. Just substitute and cancel. You get N value as 6. Once you get the N value 6, no, you wanted to find D. I can either use An formula, right? An is a plus n minus 1 into d. So a, you know the value was 8 and an is 62, n is 6. You get the d value. Otherwise, you can also go with the Sn big formula. Sn equal to n by 2, a plus n minus 1 into d. Okay. So if you use that also, you will get that d value. But I'm using it for the easier calculation purpose. Okay. So 62 equal to 8 plus 6 minus 1 into d. If you solve, I'm getting d value as 54 by 5. And eighth problem, they have given an value, d value, sn value. A and n is missing. Can you check out all four formulas, students? So a and n are very important for the sn big formula. And if you take an formula also, we need a and n. Otherwise, we are short of two variables, right? We don't know the values of two variables, a and n, we don't know, right? So any variable, any two variable is missing means you have to either use substitution method, like one variable in terms of other, substitute one variable in terms of other. I am taking the an formula first, and an is 4, a I don't know, and n also I don't know, d is 2. I'm just substituting it. 2, you're multiplying it inside, 2n minus 2 I'll get, and after this I'm getting like this. 6 is equal to a plus 2n. Keep the keep the a in the left hand side and send this 2n this side. So 6 minus 2n. So I am changing the a variable in terms of n. I'm changing the a variable in terms of n. So I'm going to substitute a in terms of n in the Sn formula. Okay. So take the Sn formula now. Since you know the an value, I can take the shorter formula, right? N by 2 a plus an. Sn is minus 14. N by 2 a plus an is 4. I can also now substitute a. Instead of a, I can use this substitution method. No, I have changed the a in terms of n. So I'm going to substitute instead of a 6 minus 2n. So everything is in the n variable, right? I'll get the n value now, right? Easily I can get the n value. So I'm substituting instead of a 6 minus 2n from the first equation. So 6 plus 4 is 10 minus 2n. So I am taking the 2 common out. Since both terms are multiples of 2, I am taking 2 common out. So 2 will get cancelled. So here 5 minus n into n. So you just multiply this n inside. 5n minus n square, and we have minus 14 this side. So I am sending these two this side. Okay, n square minus 5n is equal to 14. So like I am sending this two terms this side. So n square minus 5n minus 14 equal to 0. I am getting this quadratic equation. So just multiply. When you multiply, I am getting minus 14. And when I add, I have to get minus 5. So 7 twos are. This satisfies this quadratic equation. I am getting n minus 7, n plus 2. N cannot be negative. So n value is 7. Once you get n value 7, I can use this a value. I can use this equation to find the a value. No, a is 6 minus 2n. So 6 minus 2 into 7 will give you a value as minus 8. Okay. So if you don't know any important variable, like n and a are important variable when you take any formula. So if you don't know these variables, just use the substitution method. Take one variable in terms of other and substitute in the formula. You will get any one variable. And if you substitute that into other equation, you will get the a value also. Okay. Ninth problem, a is given, n is given, sn is given. You need to find d value. So since you know a, n, sn, no, you can take the big formula and substitute and get the d value as it is, right? You cannot take a n formula. Why? We don't know a n value here, right? A n value, d value is missing. So we are taking sn formula. Since you know the value of sn, just substitute and get the d value. It is very easy. You can try for yourself, okay? And 10th one is also very easy. You can try for yourself. L is 28, Sn is 144, N is given. Can you can you check out the formula? Which formula works out to find the A? The last formula, Sn equal to n by 2, A plus L will work out, right? So since you wanted to find A value, L is known, N is known, and Sn is known. So I can just take the shorter formula to get the calculation easy. Okay, just substitute. I am getting A value as 4. Okay. Kindly subscribe to our channel to get more videos on important question types of Adi Sharma and previous year question papers. So stay connected to our channel, students. See you next class. Bye bye.